Thanks for watching. Today's video will be about how to make your own cough syrup for babies and toddlers at home with just simple ingredients. I'm a huge fan of Zarbee's, and I was interested in Zarbee's because they claim to be all natural, and the main ingredients in their product is honey and ivy leaf extract. My recipe does not have ivy leaf extract, but if I do get my hands on it, believe that I'm going to improve my recipe and give it to you guys. But for now, I'll just share with you my recipe, my Dominican recipe that all mamas in the islands make for their babies. Honey, it has to be pure honey, otherwise it won't work. Radishes, rábano. You could take about one of these. Well, I'll walk you through it. Red onion, cebolla roja. Any other onion would be good, and even scallion would be really good for this recipe, but we don't have access to that right now. And aloe vera, sábila. This is like Mother Earth's gift to humanity. Anyway, so let me get right to it. Okay, so what you first want to do is that you want to identify where do you want to put this remedy, a recipient. So I have used some small Tupperware, which I can easily refrigerate or keep outside at room temperature. And this is what I'll use for my ingredients. Here's my honey, and technically there's no exact measurements for this. I just kind of wing it depending on how much I think of this I'll be using. In here, I have about, I don't know, quarter cup of honey, quarter cup. And this will give me about 10 servings. Here I have my aloe, and I'm gonna peel that. You wanna start with the sides so you don't keep getting poked. And you're only gonna use a little bit of this because this can be very bitter, and we want our babies to ingest this and not like spit it back up at us. And you're just gonna take the crystal, careful, just a tiny bit. See that? I'm just gonna dump that in there, in with my honey. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Aloe is just so amazing. It's like Mother Earth's gift to humanity, I swear. Un poquito más. There you go. A little bit in there. I'm not worried about blending this because the aloe will actually just kind of melt and disintegrate in the solution. Here's my onion. What you can do is that you can just thinly slice your onion, like ceviche style, and you just dump it in the bottom of your recipient. And what you want to do is that you want to put it right in there, and this will actually kind of just start softening, and you'll see the onion changing color with time. You don't want to leave the onions there more than 24 hours because then after that it's going to become very spicy, kind of like it's going through a fermentation process. So you want to remove that, otherwise it's going to become too spicy and the baby's not going to like that very much. Even though it's not going to affect the medicine, it's just going to affect the taste. Here's my radish, and I'm also going to add just a few slices. For some reason, the honey and the aloe will just extract all the main juices of all these little ingredients, and you're gonna be left with just a very good what's that word I'm looking for? Reduction of it all. Here it is, all my stuff together. I'm gonna add a little bit of more honey. I feel like that radish is very strong and it might corrupt the taste that I'm actually looking for. What you want to do, you want to twirl this around. My honey, I could already tell that the aloe is there. You see it's all bubbly, and you're gonna let it sit for a little while. I mean, it stinks if your baby is already sick and you want to give them something right away. You're gonna let this sit for at least to 18 hours until it's pretty much ready, and then you're gonna use a syringe to extract the goods. I would say if your baby's under 1, really consult a doctor for home remedies. I don't give home remedies to my kids until they're at least 6 months. So I would like to add that giving children honey under the age of 1 year old, it is not allowed by the American Pediatrics Association. So please use your best discretion when creating your own recipes for your babies and toddlers. Sometimes you can take some wiggle room and play around with some things, but please be very mindful that bacteria do exist. Honey does provide a lot of natural medicinal properties. However, it may carry some contaminants that can be considered poisonous for babies under 1 year old if the honey itself has the bacteria that can manifest into a very critical illness for babies. So I personally would address this, and please be mindful of when you give it to your babies. I would say after 1 year old. Like I said, home remedies after 6 months, but anything containing honey, please consult your doctor or follow the guidelines on the American Pediatrics Association for 1 year old and older. That's why I recommend this home remedy to be for toddlers.